Yo, what's up, guys? I'm just going to quickly show you this full multi-platform selling system that I use to go from zero to hit my first $1 million in sales in my e-commerce business. Now, this is a super simple system, but most people don't do it and they completely overlook it. But the principles are very strong within this. So if you are an e-com brand and you've not hit that first million in sales, you're going to want to listen to this video. So this is the state of most e-commerce brands, right? They all need more sales. Now, I'm not telling you anything special there. You know that already if you're watching this video. You need more sales. But the problem is people either don't know how to get more sales, they don't know what to focus on first to get more sales, or they're restricted by time and money, which, of course, when you're starting a business in the beginning, you're restricted by time and money. We all are. That's completely normal. By the way, that was the exact same thing for me, right? I started with zero on a market stall and I scaled my business from there. Now, when I first started scaling, I had not a lot of money to work with, right? I was running everything myself and I didn't know what to do exactly. Okay. And you're an independent business owner, you're on a limited budget. That's completely normal, right? I had not a lot of traffic coming to my brand. But me being able to focus on this that I'm about to share with you, this was a safe and low risk way to hit my first million in sales. This is the safest way you can do it. This will give you the much needed cash boost that you need into your business to reinvest in an agency or reinvest in some course material or reinvest in more products or reinvest in getting your website redesigned or reinvest in a member of staff. Whatever the case is, this is the safest and fastest and easiest way to hit your first million, and it's just so low risk, right? Now, look, I want to make one caveat to that, right? The fastest way is to jump straight in with paid advertising, yeah? No doubt about it. But you've got to find proof of concept. And when you're in the beginning stages, if you have to run ads yourself, it's risky, guys. Like, ads are going to take your money away. So if you're on a low budget, I wouldn't necessarily say you have to scale with ads straight away. I certainly didn't. This is just a system that worked for me. So this principle, if you've got a good product and brand, then essentially more views equals more sales, more exposure. This is a super dumbed down version, right? This makes it sound much more simpler, but essentially marketing and sales is if people got to see your product to buy it, right? The more that you show it to people in a compelling way, that is the more chance that it's got to sell it, right? Because that is how marketing works. Okay, the more people that see your products, the more people that can buy it, and the frequency in which they see your product or your service or advertisements, then they've got more chances to buy it and they get more invested into your brand. So for me, the first logical step, right, was how can I get more exposure? Because if more exposure equals more sales, which it does, then what do I need to do to get more exposure? Now, again, the first thing you think of is paid advertising because, well, paid advertising gets you more exposure, right? And more exposure equals more sales. But I had a low budget because this was in the beginning stage. I didn't have the capital to do that. And I didn't know how to do them, right? So I thought to myself, where can I get free exposure? Now, there were a few platforms. There was like eBay, right? Now, I'm not selling under my own brand there, but I've got a product and I need to sell it. Now, the thing is, when you choose a platform like eBay, they are already getting all the traffic for you, and you only pay the fees after you make the sale. Okay, this is very important because when you're having to shell out on paid advertising and pay for website costs and transaction fees, whether you make money or not, you're paying for that shit. Yeah, eBay already get all that traffic for you. So for me, eBay was a channel. Now, for the type of products I was selling, Amazon wouldn't have been a fit, but maybe you're watching this and Amazon would be a fit. But I started selling on eBay as well as my website. And then there was another one. This was more in the early stages of my business, but Depop, similar sort of business. There's actually a funny story about Depop. They actually banned me at one point, and I was making £300 a day on there or something like that in the early stages of my business, and I needed that money at that time, and they banned me for no reason. So I got on a train and I went down to the head office because they were ignoring my emails, and I knocked on the door at the head office. And I said, give me my account back, and they actually did it. So a bit of persistence there. The next thing is social media. One of my favorites because it's free, right? Most Shopify brands, you're going to have a social media account. So this is definitely a good one to focus on. And SEO. Now, you're probably watching this thinking, oh, well done, Theo. You know what eBay is, you know what this is, you know what this is, and you know what this is, right? But it's the principle behind it that I'm trying to teach you because What most people do is they set up a website and they'll pick one channel. So they'll just have either just Instagram or just eBay or just search engine optimization, whatever it is. Now, the thought process that I had was rather than relying on one platform, I'll do a multiple, because it's easy to get 2 sales a day on here. It's easy to get 2 sales a day on here. It's easy to get two on here. It's easy to get two on here, right? So by focusing on them all and developing them all, even to a simple level, that's 8 sales. Okay, 8 sales a day, right? Because it's two add two add two add two. So what you're able to do is focus on areas where you can get more awareness that doesn't cost any money. And you're not hoping to get 10 sales from each, but you're actually hoping to get a small amount of sales. But when they're all added together, that equals quite a lot, right? This is one of the main strategies that I focused on. So where I noticed most people were just doing this, I was doing this and this and this and this and a variant of other things, okay? Now, this is the same principle for what type of marketing you do, okay? So for me, I was thinking, right, well, I'm relying on all these places to make that first purchase, okay? Now, then I started deciding, right, well, if I'm wanting to do retention marketing, everybody knows that email marketing should be doing 40% of your sales. Then I need to start adding these things in. So I add email marketing, add SMS marketing, because now you can have these doing 2 sales each. You add this in, now this is doing 2 sales. Then you can add an advertising platform, now this is doing 2 sales. Okay. Now all of a sudden you've got 12 sales a day, but not all of them are responsible. So you can do all these at quite a low level, but all combined, that is a lot of sales, right? Now, if you're talking about a product that's, let's say, $100, well, if you're just selling on Instagram, right, and you're doing $200 a day, then you're going to be doing $2, $4, $6, $8, $10, $12, $1,200 a day, right? And look, if we were to do the maths on that, right, if you're talking 200 a day, because you're relying on one channel, then that's 73,000 a year. Okay, now if you do these multiple channels and still get a very small amount of sales every single day, 2 sales a day at $100 average order value, right? That's 440,000. Okay, like look at the size of the difference. Now, for you to get 2 sales on an advertising platform is not difficult. For you to get 2 sales on social media is not difficult. For you to get 2 sales through search engine optimization is not difficult. For you to get 2 sales on eBay is not difficult. For you to then get an extra 2 sales from Klaviyo and SMS, that's not difficult, right? Now, what most people do is they just stick with one channel. They try it, and yeah, whilst a bit of focus on one thing can work, right? Why not try and grow everything? Because then at least you get all of these things working together, right? You get all these things working in tandem, and when you add those costs up over a year, it's a lot. Now, the reason why this is so important is because it's low risk to do, because most of these things are not costing you money or barely any money, right? It's only the paid advertising which would be costing you a lot. But if you're just trying to get 2 sales a day, it's not a lot, right? But you've got this ecosystem. Now, this is also going to build you the foundation for your store, right? You've got to think, if you can do this in the beginning, where you're only getting 2 sales a day and you're just trying to get 3 and then 4, what you're going to find is you're going to get to a point where you've got all these channels that are working together at a high level because you've spent the time developing them. And then you use the one that's got most leverage, which is your paid advertising platform, and then you start pumping traffic through it, and then it'll make the whole ecosystem work even better. So this is the foundation play, right? So rather than trying to rely on one thing or getting frustrated why you're not getting anywhere, spread your awareness and make your brand seen in multiple places and let these things work together. Because this system is going to allow you to not rely on one form of traffic for growth. It's going to allow you to utilize free traffic methods for maximum profit. And number 3, easily gain a small amount of sales on each without spending anything on ads. And number 4, build the capital to reinvest back into the whole system and grow it even more. So yeah, look, super simple concept. This worked for me. I went from selling on a market store to hitting my first million in sales with this. So it works and it's good. And yeah, if you need any help with email marketing, you can drop me a message. If not, cool, all good. All the best. Video coming up right about here. Should take a watch after this one.